All right, let's do some blasting. I have no real plan in mind. I played tennis for an hour this morning. My hair is a filthy mess. I have a friend coming over that needs some help on her piriformis muscle. So I'm gonna help her blast that out and sit her on the so right, because that muscle hides up under the glute max and it runs kind of diagonal. It's really hard to get to. So I'm gonna start with blasting my legs, because tennis this morning, I realized how many hours I've played this week, and it's a lot. And my body is feeling it. So we're gonna start on the legs. I got a tennis match on Sunday, and then I'm gonna try to work on my, whatever these things are called, my arms. I swear I'm here. I'm here, guys. Where is my blaster base? I think it's in the shower. Come here, Master Blaster. Master Blaster, this has been discontinued. If you don't have one, I'm sorry, go get one before it fully disappears, because it was an original favorite before the blaster base ever existed. And it's surprisingly deep of a tool considering it's small claw. Try to tuck the frilly parts of my shorts into the underlayer of shorts. Working around the leg. I've been doing so much jumping all week long. But I gotta say, the legs are coming together nicely. I put my pre-order in for the Pro Nugget, so hopefully that will help break up some of the hard spots over here on my saddlebag that I haven't been able to get to let go yet. I'll switch sides. There's still a bruise from last week when I went to town on my legs. Like, first, I went in there. Okay. Getting that blood flowing. When you're blasting, you can sit, you can stand, you can lay. When I'm doing the back of my hamstring, I like to be down in like a 90-90 and hinge forward, because I feel like this elongates the muscle on the back a little more and allows me to get nice long strokes that feel really deep in there. Especially if you have any form of loose skin or jiggly spots, those tend to try to move with you. So the more you can stretch out anything that might be rolling or moving, the easier it is to blast it. You also have the option of straightening out your leg, flexing the muscle, relaxing the muscle. Sometimes in the main page, they say it doesn't make a difference, but they say that because fat's gonna leave either way. I personally can feel a difference. So I try to go from relaxed, like right now, my muscles relaxed, and then flex it out and do it because it feels different to me. All right, let's get this poor calf from all the jumping I've been doing. And yes, everybody on my tennis, I guess, team, if you'd call it that, even though we only play with one partner, keeps asking me on Sundays, what happened to your legs? Because I'll show up all bruised. And I'm like, well, you see, my hamstrings were tight, so I fixed it. And now I've got a laundry list of them and their husbands that after we finish practice, they're like, can you take a look at this shin splint right here? And so I've just started carrying tools in my tennis bag, and I'll work on myself in the middle of my sets and work on them after practice. It's a good time. Fascia love for everybody. I've practically started carrying around bars of sore soap and giving them out, because once I blast them for the first time, they're usually tender. So I'm like, here you go, take this bar of soap, use this in your shower, and work over the same spots that I did. And then call me in a week, because you're gonna feel so much better. Okay. The top of my ankle, right here at the foot, has become pretty tender, because when I'm running, it's a lot of stutter stepping, but up on my toes. So the top of my foot is taking a bit of a beating. So I've been trying to be really good about putting my toes down and fully stretching forward and making sure I pull back and get enough movement so the top of my foot doesn't lock up and my calves don't cramp up on me in the middle of a tennis match. Look at that. I said I was going to be quick, and now I'm over here spending forever on one leg. Sorry, guys. What tool do we want to use now? We'll make this faster with the Savage Blaster, which is a little dusty. It's been hiding in my bag for a while. All right, Savage Blaster, just for speed purposes. Small claw, then large claw, then nugget is the most ideal order, because when you're nuggeting, you want things to be as heated or as warm as possible. More pliable fascia that way. Again, hinging forward. When you're working around the base of the glute, I try to just imagine drawing a circle, because I want the underside of my butt to be nice and round. So that's just kind of what I think about when I'm back here. So I often make these big arcing motions when I'm working with the glute and the back of the leg. Pressure is totally up to you. I push harder than average because I've been doing this for a hot minute. So if you're new to me or unfamiliar, I've been blasting for over 8 years now. I think it was 8 years in September. And I treat myself like a human guinea pig. If there's a tool in existence, I've probably bought it. I've probably talked about it in this group. Like, I have a bag sitting next to me full of random tools I found on the internet. It's Prime Day on Amazon again, so I'm going to look and see if any of our self-care favorites are on any form of deal, and if so, I'll let y'all know. Calves are tender. Just because you've been blasting a long time doesn't mean things stop hurting forever, especially when I neglect certain areas more than I should. All right, shins, I hear you. More attention in the shower. I gotcha. Woo. Again, see, I said I was going to be quick, and here we are, 10 minutes I spent on one leg. So I guess this will be a leg blasting video, and then I'll separate it and record maybe core and arms separate. That way y'all have them. Let me tuck my little tails in here. I have Ashley's oil. Use whatever oil you want. My preferred way to blast, obviously when I'm not recording, is in the shower. I use the Soar soap to scrape my body, and that soap makes such a good lather that I just blast with the lather. And that lather is actually cooling, so it feels really good. Oh no, that bottle's running out. Let's see what we got. We'll get there. We'll get there. But as I was saying, you'll get painful spots periodically. When I first started playing tennis, I noticed my legs started looking more lumpy again and more lines because my fascia was starting to recoil because it wasn't used to the new situation, the new impact, the new abuse I was putting it through. So it was trying to clamp itself down to help me. It's like, hey, we're a little weak here, buddy. What do you think you're doing? Jumping around like a kangaroo. So things kind of got a little less pleasant looking. So I had to take more care to go back to blasting with small claws and cupping the surface. Anytime I enter new layers or any form of like fascia recoil, if I have an injury or change the way I'm working out and my body starts to reflect the difference, I go back to the basics, more small claw, light and brisk, and more gliding cupping to just smooth those surface layers back to where I had them. Usually within a couple blasts, I'm back to looking about where I did before. But because of the difference in activity and my fascia trying to help me, I did notice more bruising than usual. But again, that doesn't bother me. I'll roll up with it, and if people are brave enough to ask, I'll tell them what it's from. If they want to just sit and wonder, good for them. To get a little bit deeper with the master, you can tip the tool a little bit on its side, and you're kind of like raking one side of the claws through your fascia. That feels a little intense if you've never tried it. It would be considered an advanced technique. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Take it down the calf here. This foot is the one that's really felt the impact of the jumping, because this is the foot that comes forward as part of the power of my serves. So it's also the one I lead off on when I'm jumping up at the net. So right here where my ankle is and meets the top of my foot has been getting tight. So do that. Up and down, side to side, diagonal, all good directions, just no circles. Your fascia runs down your body. It makes a grid shape, so you want to go with the lines. Circles would be like trying to brush your hair in circles and can create more knotting. Not exactly something we want. All right. Literally any small claw tool works. Just kind of depends how long it's going to take you. If I would have realized my blaster base was still sitting in my shower and grabbed it before I started this, I could have cut that time probably in about half, just because it would bring redness quicker, and with the 2 rows it works twice as fast, right? All right, Savage Blaster. Then I'll show y'all some gliding cupping, which is my absolute favorite because, again, I can do it in the shower. I don't know about you, but the price of oil is a little crazy, especially Ashley's oil. It's good stuff. I like it. It is liquid gold, but it costs. Costs what gold costs. So when I blast in the shower, it's more cost effective using the lather from body wash or Soar soap or bar soap. My skin responds best to a clean, like natural bar soap than any of the like gel soaps. Whew. Yes, blasting is a workout. It is hard work. My shoulders are crying because of the workout I did this morning, which is why I'm going to blast them next. Give them a little TLC because they worked hard. They deserve it. After I'm done with whatever I end up blasting up here, I'm gonna go get in the cold plunge, soak it all up, because ice is good. If you have any of Ashley's cold packs, put them on every single day, whether you blast or not. For me, the area I put them on daily is my stomach, because that is where my loose skin hangs out. That is what needs the most help with inflammation, shrinking inches, converting stubborn white fat to the healthier brown fat that burns more calories. So I put my cold packs on every single day, whether I blast or not. It's easier if you do it. Anchor the habit to something you already do. So whenever I'm cooking, I wrap a cold pack around my waist over a thin layer of clothes. So like a thin t-shirt, thin shorts. All right, this is a silicone cup. This one is from Lure. It's squishy. It's mushroom shaped. When you buy them, they come in like a pack of 6. This is easier to do in the shower because you can stay more soapy. You just push it down, suction it on. Okay, it's on there. And then up and down. You can go side to side. Yeah, sometimes your skin tries to come with it. That's why it's easier to do the hinge and tighten things up a little bit. I like a little circle around the knee. Sometimes it pops off, but you can just kind of go all around. That feels good. I will say when I do my calves, I don't suction it quite as tight because it hurts. Because my calves, I tend to forget to blast as often, and they do a whole lot of work every day, so they show me how bad it is for me not taking care of them. All right, other leg. After I'm done here, I'm gonna go grab my Modere body firming foam and put that on because that collagen helps so much with the bruising and just the way my skin looks in general. I go on a cruise. I leave the last day of this month. So lots and lots of self-care between now and then. Lots of tracking my calories, even though I don't love eating at a calorie deficit. It's good for me. And it just means I'm gonna look awesome on my cruise. After you're done, flush it out. That's just lotioning with purpose. You can use your hands. You can use After Blaster cream, arnica, body firming foam. Just apply some pressure and pull. If you want to follow the lymph flow, you're going up in long strokes towards the heart. And that's the lower body. I will see y'all back in a minute, and I'll do my arms next. They need a little break.